Hello everyone, welcome to this next part of data modeling and ER diagram in which we will be discussing about this relationship. Okay, so in the previous video we have seen what is an entity, what is an attribute. Now this concluding part of this topic is this relationship. As you can see, it is very simple uh, from the CR diagram that if in a company there are many departments and in department many employees are working. So this works in is a relationship between employee and department. And here you can see this is cardinality written 1:many. Now what does it mean? 1:many means in a department there can be many employees. Okay, it is possible that there can be many departments and in those many departments there can be many employees, but that context is different because when you will create the table, the department's name will automatically come in this table. Okay, so don't be confused on that part. To put it simple, in a department there will be many employees, and to say it other way, an employee will work only in one department. This is how it is read out, and there are different symbols also for it. For example, this is one of the method where we are using this cardinality number 1:many. Another, I have shown you that this Crowfoot model is also used here. 1:many, here this Crowfoot is used. Crowfoot means many, one to many. So you don't be confused, or you don't worry about it how it is done. As you can see, it is done in this way also. 1:1, 1:many, many is to many, and sometimes it is done in this way also, like this Crowfoot 1:many or many to many or something like this. So you right now don't be confused about it. Let us see a very simple example, then we'll cover other things. Okay, so what is a relationship? A relationship is an association between two or more entities. Okay, and basically it is of three types: unary, binary, and ternary. Now unary means only one type of entity is involved. For example, in a department there can be many employee. Out of those employee, one of them can be manager. So manager is also employee and others are also employee. So an employee can manage many employees. As you can see this, many, it is Crowfoot is being drawn. So this is employee manages many employee. Similarly, this is one to one. A person may vary to another person. This is one to one. Okay, only one type of entity is involved. In case of binary, two types of entities are involved. For example, product, a product line can produce many products. Okay, and similarly, they can be many to many. Now come back to our example. Employee works in department. Here it is one to many. How we have come to know? Because after studying, after analysis, after requirement analysis, we have come to know that there are many departments, and in those departments there are many employees. So that is why we have created this ER diagram. Now, how this ER diagram will be converted into tables? This is a critical issue. Okay, and this is what is important to understand. So what we are doing is converting ERD into tables. Okay, so a very simple rule is, since it is first of all to create the table of one side, so we will create a department table. See, I have already created, so I will directly show you. I have created select star from department. So you can see here, obviously you know that this D code will be primary key. You know what is primary key? So this D code will be primary key. So I have created this table, and there are these 5-6 departments: sales, marketing, production, and so on. So this is how we have converted this entity, department entity, into this table. Okay, next what we will create, we will create an employee table. Okay, now, but if you create an employee table with only employee attributes, e-name, number, city, something like this, so this relationship will not exist. Let me show you. Select star from EMP. Now, for the time we assume that this column does not exist here. Okay. Now, if you see this table EMP, how we have created, because our ER diagram was saying that please create an employee table with employee name, employee code. I have not taken street and city, but you can understand. Okay, so I have taken employee code, name, manager. Okay, and assume that this column is not present. Now the problem with this is that suppose if I ask you that what is the department of Tarun or what is the department of Rohit, if this column was not there, you cannot tell. Okay, so what we have done, I have taken this DPT as foreign key here. This DPT foreign key is of this decode primary key. And I have told in my tutorial that the foreign key can have different name than parent key. Although both of them are having same domain or what you called as, yes, it is having same set of values. Means here also department code will come and here also department codes will come. But I have taken a different name. I can take decode also, but since it is allowed, I have taken a different name. So if you have gone through the concept of foreign key, you can very well understand that this column here in this employee table is a foreign key for this column. Okay. So one or two students can say, sir, how it is possible that you have taken this 99 and 88 when 99 and 88 are not present? See, just for demo right now, I have created this column, but I have disabled the foreign key column because I was preparing some other video. So you just ignore this value. You try it at your PC. This value will not be allowed if it is actual foreign key. But for our tutorial purpose, you can understand that this is a foreign key, and here only those department codes can come which are present in this parent column. Okay, this I have especially taken up this point because some of the student might notice and say, sir, why these values have come when foreign key cannot contain those values which are not present here. So that is why I have told you that temporarily I have disabled it, and I was preparing some other videos. I have disabled it to demo something else. Okay, but if I enable it or if this was actually foreign key, then this won't be allowed. So for time being, what we have done, this we have made this as foreign key. So this relationship is created. So now you understand that how relationship are created. Uh, you don't create a table of relationship directly in case of one to many. Okay, so because so as you can see, one to how it is one to many, very easy. You can see that Kumar works only in one department, that is 40. Tarun works only in one department, that is 10. So our employee can work only in one department as shown in the diagram. An employee can work only in one department. But if you talk about department, you can see that 40, 40, 40 has many employees. So a department can have many employees. So what is the rule of conversion? The rule of conversion is that you take foreign key in the many side of the entity. Okay. So where I have taken decode, this decode, as you can see in this diagram, this decode was primary key. This is underlined, you can see. Okay. And here this employee number was primary key, but decode is not shown as a foreign key because in ER diagram, foreign keys are not displayed. But it is understood that since there is a relationship, so this foreign key will come here during table creation. This decode will be used in many sites, as you can see. Okay. So this is how this table is converted into, this ER diagram is converted into table using this relationship. Okay. This is how it is converted. And sometimes it is also known as, you can see, it is also known as relationship cardinality, and it is also called as key constraint. So all these things are similar. As you can see, key constraints are also one to one, one to many, many to many. These all are similar. This we will be covering in our second half, but right now for till now this is sufficient. Okay, so this is how an ER diagram is converted into table and how relationship are created using primary key foreign key concept. Okay, I hope there is no confusion. Now some of you can ask that why sir, why we are getting these two tables, why not just one table? Suppose I have created this one table, I just say this table. Instead of creating two table, I have created this one table. Select star from anomaly 2. Now this is also possible that employee code number 3 is working in 10, employee code number 6 is working in 10, employee number 99 is working in 10. Now you can see the problem with this table is that whenever 10 is coming, so 10 sales Delhi, 10 sales Delhi, 10 sales Delhi, 10 sales Delhi. This is being repeated and this is not allowed in DBMs. Okay, so if anyone of you have this type of doubts or why we are creating two table, why we cannot take department directly in employee, this is the answer. Although this topic will come again in detail during your normalization, but because some of you might ask this question, that is why I have taken up this. Okay, so this is important that you understand that why not we have, but as you can see, this problem is solved here. Even if 3 times 40, 40, 40 is coming, what is 40? It is written only once. This is the most critical and important point of this topic. Okay, so please practice in your system. Again, try it out. Create a primary key, foreign key. It is very important. Okay, now we will be covering some more videos of this after your this second half. So right now for this it is sufficient. And yes, there is one small topic also. This is called as generalization and specialization. Sometimes what you can see, you can have an employee. An employee can be a part-time employee or full-time employee. So you can, what you can do, you can create two types of entities. One is employee entity, another is part-time and full-time. Just like here, you can create a person entity, and the person can be a student and a teacher. Again, this will be created using primary key and foreign key relationship. This is called as generalization, and the reverse of it is called as specialization. For example, employee are of three types. We call it as specialization. Okay. So with this, thank you very much. Now see you in next session. Thank you.